3 years in Paradox Sniping. I never thought that I'd be in this team for that long, let alone be in it at all. I remember the first time I discovered Paradox. It was on December 30th, 2014, when Paradox just released their 100 subscriber team Taj. I was so amazed by the clips editing that it inspired me to get into clipping on Phantom Forces Alpha and called Roblox 5. I played these games for hours a day, just grinding clips and focusing on my main objective, which was joining Paradox Sniping. After 7 months of playing and practicing, on September 19th, 2015, Paradox finally released their Phantom Forces Fall Recruitment Challenge. I was so excited because I finally had the chance to join my dream team. After 20 days of grinding clips, I finally released my full recruitment challenge response. 4 days later, Paradox released the results of the recruitment challenge. Those 4 days seemed like a year long because I was so excited and so scared at the same time. The second Blizzard uploaded those results, he sent me a message saying, "Your response was good, but it didn't make the cut. Maybe next year." This made me so sad, and I almost didn't watch the results video because of it, but I'm glad I did anyway, because I made it in with the second place spot while there's 3 places in the room. Soon after I finished watching the results video, I DM'd Blizzard on Skype, and before I knew it, I was added to the official Paradox Sniping private Skype chat. I received many warm welcomes from all the members of Paradox, including Paradox Pokey, Blizzard, Legit, Shadow, Traditional, Noob, Nut, Jumpy, Captain, and Dizzy.
Forever in my mind, only you. The pieces in my life go away with you. Forever in my mind, only you. The pieces in my life run away with you.
Let's go back to the beginning of my channel. On July 4th, 2014, I finally decided to start my channel after practicing my sniping skills for a little over a year. I released my first ever video, which consisted of just plain single kills.
You're my first love.
On August 13th, 2015, I released my first ever video regarding Paradox. I made this video trying to put myself a little bit more out there, trying to make myself more of a prominent member of the community so I could be seen by Paradox. On September 3rd, 2015, I hit my first ever cross map on Phantom Forces, which at the time was in the alpha stage, but this clip was seen by a lot of Paradox members, helping me become more noticeable. 3 days later, on September 6th, I hit my first ever triple collateral on Phantom Forces, which was also the first triple collateral on Phantom Forces beta. There were a few triple collaterals hit in the alpha stage, so this wasn't the first triple collateral on Phantom Forces overall.
Forever in my mind, only you.
So on October 9th, I finally released my official Paradox Sniping Recruitment Challenge response. I got extremely positive feedback, which motivated me to keep grinding.
Pieces in my life run away with you.
Finally, on October 13th, 2015, Paradox released the Paradox Sniping and Purple Reserve Fall 2015 Recruitment Challenge results. For those of you who didn't know, Purple Reserve was the Paradox Sniping Reserve team led by Paradox Pokey. Paradox Purple and I were the first 2 recruits of Purple Reserve, and we were recruited in the same lobby by Pokey himself. I happened to get in second place, Paradox even got first, and Zayas got third. I was extremely surprised when I got in because Blizzard pulled a minor prank on me.
I wanted to go away with you.
Not even a week after my acceptance into Paradox, one of my closest friends at the time, which was Paradox Noob, or Noob VFX, had finished my introduction to Paradox Sniping. It was one of the best edits at the time, and it had some pretty sick clips for its time as well. This montage received only positive feedback, which helped me ease into the team so much easier. November 4th, 2015 is a very special day for me. This was the day that my subscriber count reached triple digit numbers, 100 subscribers. On November 28th, 2015, I released my first ever montage for Paradox that wasn't my introducing. This montage had some crazy clips first time, especially the opener, which was a non-stop 1080, one of the first non-stop shots on Phantom Forces. Just like I'm introducing, this montage got a lot of positive feedback, including comments such as, "He's becoming the best trick shot in Roblox," and "Wow, that was so good." Skip ahead a couple months to January 2nd, 2016. This is when I released my first montage of the year. This montage was a mix of Phantom Forces and Call of Roblox Save 5 clips. Sadly, the clips were only leftovers, so it didn't make it onto the Paradox channel, but it was a great start to 2016 in my opinion.
Truly, I ain't got no business here, but since my friends are here, I just came to
8 days later, on January 10th, 2016, I released my first ever edit, which was just a clip with screen pumps and a low quality ballista sound effect from Black Ops 2. It took me about 20 minutes, but now that I look back at it, I'm thankful for this edit because it helped me edit my videos today with ease. It also helped me move on to Adobe After Effects, which is what I use to edit my montages. Because of this one edit, it made editing my passion, and I hope to use this skill in the future.
I don't wanna get with you, so tell my friends that I'll be over here. Oh, here. Oh,
5 days after that, one of my first attempts at Sony Vegas, my closest friend in Paradox Nut taught me how to sync my own clips in Sony Vegas. The first time I saw this edit in its completed form, I was so happy because I learned so much over the span of 2 weeks. On January 23rd, 2016, I released one of my first real montages of the year because it had good clips and it was a decent length. I used a song called Pumped Up Kicks, which a lot of people hate on, but in my opinion, it's a good song because of its chill background. I recommend you go watch this montage, link in description.
and I can't wait till we can break apart to hear me if I seem a little unimpressed with this.
A month later, on February 21st, 2016, I released my best montage, and it was called Closer. This montage featured some of the best clips I hit that year, and I was really excited to put this montage out. This was my first montages featuring some decent effects, so it stood out compared to my older ones. This is my third montage for the Paradox channel.
Dreams how we plan to take over the planet. So pardon my manners. I hope you'll understand that I'll be here.
On April 12th, 2016, the Paradox Sniping 1000 subscribers teamtage was released, and this was the first teamtage that I participated in. There was a teamtage called Best of Paradox, which was made a few months back, and I should have been in it, but I never went on Skype at the time because it lagged my computer, so I was never able to see that there was a teamtage planned.
Oh, I ask myself, what am I doing here? Oh, here.
So, on April 19th, 2016, I released one of my favorite montages of all time, and it was my 300 subscriber montage. I released this a few hours after I hit 300 subscribers, and this montage alone got me an extra 10 subscribers that day, which was a personal record for me at the time. It was safe to say that this was my best montage so far. April 22nd, 2016 was the official release date of the second edition to the Closer series, Closer 2. In this montage, I used an effect called Twixter for my syncing. This made the clip so much more smooth, and it looked really clean. The editing could have been better, but for its time, it was perfect. In this clip with the SVU on Craze site revamp, you will see a person named Shade Pengu. Pengu is a true OG, and he was always nice to everyone. If you're still out there, dude, come back and join our Discord server. On May 9th, 2016, I hit one of my best clips of all time. Most of you have seen this if you've seen my best of montages. This clip was the best trick shot to date on Phantom Forces. It was the first ever collateral cross map shot. When I hit this shot, it made me jump out of my chair, and I ended up breaking it because it was just a plain wooden chair. On May 17th, 2016, I released a third edition to the Closer series, Closer 3. This was my best edited montage so far, and it had one of the best trick shots of all time as the opener, the collat cross map.
Martin had a dream. Kendrick have a dream.
A month after that, on June 10th, 2016, I released a montage as my 400 subscriber special. It was edited by one of my favorite editors at that time, Paradox Nick. He made this montage look really clean, and I thought it was a great way to celebrate 400 subscribers. The summer of 2016 was probably one of the most fun times for me in this community, and I can guarantee you a lot of people who were in Paradox at the time would agree with me.
Start up that Maserati and zoom, zoom, I'm racing. Popping pills in the lobby and I pray they don't find her naked.
On July 16, 2016, I was halfway to 1,000 subscribers. I had finally reached 500 subscribers. I edited this montage, and at the time, it was my best edited montage.
All you pussies that losers, all my niggas is winning, screaming out my life. I want money and power, respect.
On July 29, 2016, I released a trailer for Phantom Forces, which ended up getting on the Phantom Forces game page. A few weeks before I released this, I created a trailer that was almost put up, but it was over 30 seconds, so Roblox wouldn't allow it. But this started a huge game page craze where literally everyone was making trailers hoping to get onto the Phantom Forces game page. I almost regretted it because other people started getting their trailers up when I originally started the trend, but a few weeks later, Shaylin put mine up, which is one of the best days I had in this community.
And it make me come fast, but I never get embarrassed. And I recognize you have what I've been wanting since that record.
Literally 2 days after this, I hit 1,000 subscribers. I have two people to thank for this achievement, and they are Shaylin007 and Synthesize OG. Shay putting my trailer up got me an extra 300 subscriber boost, and then Synthesize OG shouting me out in the middle of the stream, which got me an extra 50 subscribers in a matter of a minute. These two people are the people that kickstarted my YouTube channel, helping me grow my channel to what it's at today. Shout out to those two guys.
Damn, I got bitches. Damn, I got bitches. Damn, I got bitches. Wifey, girlfriend, and mistress.
August 15, 2016 marks the day that the Luminous trilogy was created. This was the day that I made Luminous 1. This montage was easily the best montage that I ever created because the clips were way above standard and the editing wasn't bad at all. This montage had two clips that really stood out, and the first one was the first ever radio tower shot on Phantom Forces. This shot was hit from the top of the radio tower to a guy in the crane with the Mosin Nagant. This clip was one of the best trick shots to date. The second clip was the first ever crane quad collab. This clip wasn't too special, but it was my first ever quad collateral that was recorded. A few months later, on October 25th, 2016, I released Luminous 2, the second addition to the Luminous trilogy. This montage featured some of my best clips, and it was my best edited montage at the time. This montage had a lot of positivity revolving around it, and even Synthesize OG commented on it. Skip ahead a month and a half, I released a montage that I made to celebrate hitting rank 200 on Phantom Forces. This montage had relatively good editing, and the clips were really good. A few of the clips in this montage were the first ever clips hit with a skin because Stylus had just released a skin update. On January 8th, 2017, I released my first ever montage with my new PC, which I got 5 days earlier on the 3rd, which was a dual-tage with no one other than the legendary Paradox Pokey. The clips weren't too bad, but the editing was pretty good for the time. Shout out to Paradox Pokey for putting up with me nagging him to duel with me for nearly 2 years straight. Later that month, on January 30th, 2017, I met this amazing guy named Artho, who turned out to be one of my closest friends in this community. We both hit 2,000 subscribers within a couple days of each other, so we decided to make a dual-tage. This montage featured some of the best clips hit in 2017, and the edit was really good for 2017. So this montage got nothing but positive feedback. Shout out to Artho. I miss all of those fun times we had playing Phantom Forces and Identity Fraud. Only 11 days later, on March 10th, 2017, I released Artho's introduction to Paradox, which had above standard editing for the first time in my editing career. It featured Artho's crazy clips and my mediocre editing, and was one of the best feats of teamwork between us. 2 days later, on March 12th, 2017, I released my first ever best of montage, which was edited by two of my favorite editors of all time, Paradox Rav and Paradox Rec. Shout out to those two guys. On April 29th, 2017, I released one of my favorite sniping montages of all time. This montage was called Closer 4, which was edited no one other than the god Rec. His editing brought this montage to life and easily sets it in my top 5 favorite personal montages. A few days after I released this montage, I made a clip pack with the clips that were used in the montage, and it ended up being one of the most popular clip packs in the community. Skip ahead another 2 months to July 23rd, 2017. This one I decided to turn my original Flames montage into a series. I had an abundance of clips, so I talked to one of my friends named RedVFX, who edited Flames 2. 4 days later, I released Flames 3, which is edited by Paradox Ballistic. On August 31st, 2017, Paradox Pokey promoted me to be the first ever manager of Roblox Sniping. Skipping ahead a few months to October 6th, 2017, this is when I released my best montage to date, entitled Closer 5, which was edited by 4 editors. 2 of those editors were the gods, Paradox Rev and Paradox Void. This montage was originally supposed to be a filler montage for Luminous 3, but ended up being extremely good, so it really stood out compared to my other montages. One week later, on October 13th, 2017, I released one of the best montages in Phantom Force's history. This montage is called Luminous 3, which was edited by Paradox, Rec, and myself. Luminous 3 had way above standard clips and really clean editing. I released this montage on October 13th for one specific reason. October 13th is the date when I got into Paradox 2 years earlier, so there's no better way to celebrate the anniversary than creating my best ever montage. October 13th, 2017 was the start of the massive growth my YouTube channel received because this montage absolutely blew up, which motivated me to keep making videos, which I've stuck to ever since. It's so hard to think that I released Luminous 3 exactly a year ago today. It's so insane how fast time flies by. Skipping ahead 43 days to November 25th, 2017, this is when I hit 5,000 subscribers, so I decided to release a montage, which was edited by Paradox Rav. Rav decided to edit this montage like a frag movie, which started the frag movie craze. December 15th, 2017 was the day that I released my second ever Best of Paradox Tommy montage. This montage was edited by Paradox Crooked, who is one of my favorite editors of all time because his editing style is so clean. On January 1st, 2018, I released my first ever Rewind of the year, which is me looking back at the important events that happened in 2017. "16 days later, on January 17th, 2018, I hit 7,000 subscribers. This is when I really started getting into YouTube because I saw that if I work hard enough, there was a really great chance that I could become a bigger YouTuber. On Wednesday, February 14th, 2018, Paradox Sniping released the biggest teamtage in the history of Phantom Forces, featuring clips from every single member in Paradox at the time, and even some Hall of Famers. The reason why this date is so special to me is because I organized this entire teamtage. I was a little stressed with it when I first announced it in the private Paradox Discord, but once all the members sent their clips, it was so easy from there. All I needed to do was assign some editors for the parts and send them the clips. Then all we had to do was wait for the editors to finish their parts. This ended up being my favorite week in 2018 because of this and the following event.
Gang, they tryna run with the name. I might pull up with 3K, but I do not fuck with no claim.
Now this one isn't really crucial to the growth and success of my channel, but to me it's a very important date. For those of you who didn't know, I'm a huge fan of Marvel movies, and by Marvel movies I mean the Avengers, Iron Man, Black Panther, etc. On February 16th, 2018, Marvel Studios released one of their most popular movies, Black Panther. I watched this movie on opening day, and it was easily one of the most fun days of the year. I ended up watching this movie 3 times in theaters, and the first time on opening day, the second time the following weekend with one of my friends, then the following weekend again with 2 of my closest friends.
On yams and that's worth of my mom. Modular man with cases I'm still trying to beat. A bunch of shit from a long time ago.
A month later, on March 16, 2018, I made a video where I showed my statistics on Phantom Forces. But this video was a lot more than just that. This video was the first time I used my voice where I wasn't talking to somebody else in a call. It was me talking to the viewer for 15 minutes straight.
Talking about spending or buying clothes. I'm about my business, but I'm alone. I still had the vision when I was broke.
On April 14th, 2018, I released a montage where I dueled with no one other than Paradox God Status. This montage featuring insane clips from both me and God Status, but clips weren't the only special thing about this montage. The editing in this montage was so clean, and it was easily my best edit, and I think that's because I only used Adobe After Effects for this montage.
I'm done with adjusting the fame.
Exactly a day after this, on April 15, 2018, I released the most popular video on my channel, which was my Rank 300 video. This video got 20,000 views in one day, which was a personal record for me. It is now at 200,000 plus views.
They tryna front on the game. They gon' remember my name.
April 24th, 2018 was the day that my subscriber count reached 5 digits, 10,000 subscribers. This is one of my biggest goals for YouTube, and it still amazes me that I surpassed that goal. Along with that, I released a 10K montage and a Q&A.
They said boys come with the flame.
Skip ahead to April 27th, 2018. This day is one of the only days that could challenge February 16th for being one of my favorite days of the year. And for the same reason is because of a very specific Marvel movie. This Marvel movie was Avengers Infinity War. Infinity War is easily my most favorite movie of all time, and I can't wait for Avengers 4 to come out this upcoming April. Skip ahead to June 4th, 2018. This was the time we broke the Phantom Force's most recorded kills in one round record, which was 168 kills and 12 deaths with the Scar Hammer on Metro. On July 9th, 2018, this might be one of my favorite days of this summer. This is the day that I was promoted from manager of Paradox to a co-leader of Paradox. Special thanks to Paradox Blizzard and Paradox Pokey for giving me this opportunity. The way I was promoted to co-leader was one of the best ways possible. When it was happening, I knew exactly what Pokey was doing because he would never just DM me saying, hey. Along with that, he wanted to show me a picture of a rapper. A couple weeks earlier, Pokey recruited a member named Paradox Silent with a picture of Joey and text saying, congrats on Paradox. And he was DMing me about it before he followed through and sent it to silent. So from this, I already knew what he was doing. At the same time, Blizzard sent me a DM saying dab, which was also out of the ordinary, considering Blizzard really never DMs anyone out of nowhere just saying dab. On July 14, 2018, I released one of my cleanest montages of the year, which was Closer 6, edited by 4 editors, and one of those editors being Paradox Rav. This is one of my most favorite montages of the year because of how good the editing is and how clean the clips are. On July 19, 2018, I released a montage called Immortal, which was a dualtage between me and the leader of Paradox, Paradox Blizzard. This is one of my favorite dualtages because the clips are really good, and so was the editing because Paradox Rav was our editor. Shout out to Blizzard and Rav. On August 28th, 2018, I hit 15,000 subscribers, then less than 3 days later, I hit 16,000 subscribers, which was the fastest growth period on my channel. On October 5th, 2018, I saw one of my favorite movies of the year, Venom. For those of you who didn't know who Venom is kind of like Spider-Man, but much bigger, stronger, and he's an alien. I saw this movie on opening day, and I really enjoyed seeing this movie because it was funny and creative. Finally today, on October 13th, 2018, marks the day that I joined Paradox 3 years ago, and not only that, I released one of, if not the best montages of all time exactly a year ago, Luminous 3. It's hard to think how long 3 years really is until you sit down and look at everything you've done in that time span. I would like to shout out a few people for being there with me throughout this 3-year-long journey. Purple, Pokey, Blizzard, Legit, Nut, Shadow, Traditional, Blitz, and Jumpy. Looking forward for the following year.